Hello there, folks. Welcome back to Glory Hunter. We are 10 league games in. We've not lost yet. Right, welcome back everybody, good to see you. I hope I find you very, very well on this fine Friday. I hope you're good. If you're enjoying the content in the series, make sure you leave a like on it, make sure you subscribe. Let's delve in then. I've teased you, we've not lost in the league yet. Look at me go, look at me go. Not mentioned in the Champions League, obviously. Don't worry about that, that's just part of the game, isn't it? The Champions League. Now look, today we're going to play Inter. So I've given myself the toughest of choices or chances to slip up today. And you know what, viewers, I'm kind of expecting it. Now the story of the season so far, we score goals. The plan is working. I'm so pleased it's working. Of course, there's been a patch to Football Manager recently, and whatever I've decided to go with is seemingly working. Now, the big story here, though, isn't necessarily ourselves being unbeaten. We've drawn very, very recently to Fiorentina. Like, I wanted to go into today going, I've played 10, I've won 10. I drew with Fiorentina 0-0 and ruined it, as well as my Champions League group, where I've lost to Olympiacos and lost to Bayern Munich without scoring. So the goal scoring, it's really happening for us viewers. It's really happening. So we've got lots to talk about. As I say, performance-wise, we are through the roof right now. So everyone is playing so well. If I bring you my regular starting 11, if you can just stick Quatters in there just for a second, you can see that average rating-wise throughout this team, goodness gracious me. Now, sadly, Quatters is suspended for our first game today. And we're going to play a couple. We've got two big games as Kea goes back in, as we first play Inter in the league and then Bayern Munich. And I thought then the story of this season so far was going to be ourselves and third place Zebra. But the way the cookie has crumbled is that, well, Zebra, in a way, have crumbled. Last couple of games in Serie A, lost to Inter, lost to Atalanta before a 5-0 win against Fiorentina. Oh, that's disappointing. But they spent big in the summer. Out of all the sides that are contenders this season, I think even if you go to transfer window here and take a proper look at it, we can see just how much money they spent compared to everybody else. I'm doing this very poorly, viewers, if you don't mind me saying so. I figured the smartest thing to do would just be to go to their transfer history. So you can see they spent an awful lot of money on a lot of players, £183 million. Now look, we spent a fair whack, it's fair to say, nearly 250 million when you had Damsgaard in at the end of yesterday, but they've brought in some pretty good additions and they've signed Moise Kean permanently. So yeah, so it's on both sides. So I do think they're the side to look out for, but Inter, most recently as well, have sort of climbed back. They're a relatively slow start by their standards. A draw against Napoli, a big defeat to Bologna, which you're not expecting after the 6 successes they had last year. They only lost one game. They've already lost one game, and I then today am hoping to double it, viewers. That's right, we're excited. I don't know if you can tell, I'm in a good mood. It's great to see our league form really pick up. Formation-wise then, we're sticking with this. It's working a treat. Goals are being scored. And Sesko's a joke, basically. He's really good. In the Champions League games I haven't won, I've rested him because I thought, you know what, we'll give him a little bit of a break, then we'll bring him back in for the league games. We really miss him when he's not on the pitch. If he gets injured, viewers, I could be in a spot of bother. But rotation's been really good this season as well. We're keeping players fresh, keeping players fit. I will say there are some players down here. I'll give you a better view of this. When I say I'm keeping players fresh, Kessie, Colombo, who's been great for me, Damsgaard, Bailey, some of them are staying fresh, the ones that I'm using in rotation of substitutions, but everyone else, maybe not so much. Colombo's an interesting player, actually. I want to talk about him. Yeah, you're impressed, aren't you? Lorenzo Colombo starts at Atletico Madrid, starts at AC Milan. It's an AM, it works every time. And so far, he's 2 goals in 3 games for me. Played a little bit as well in the Champions League. Has been the replacement for Sesko when he's played. As much as we may not have won those games, he's looked good. So I like him a lot. I think he's the future. He's the kind of player I'll be buying in the future as well. That's what I'm suspecting. Right, let's waste no time. As you can see there, Zebra just beating Fiorentina 5-0. We then play Inter Milan at 8:30 on a Saturday, which is the best time to play. And Bijlow will start in goal for us. Kalulu at right back, still there for the injured Singo. Kea Tomori, Hernandez, SMS and Tonali in the centre. Dybala one side, Rafinha the other, Vlahovic and Sesko. I just think Rafinha and Dybala are doing slightly better jobs than Bailey. Good player, Bailey. I'm sure will come to be an important player for us, but not yet. So lots of time to go though, lots of injuries to get. Let's fly into this game then. The first game of the episode versus Inter. It's the toughest test. It's first v second, and I'm quite nervous. Had I beaten Fiorentina, I'd be bouncing off the walls here, but we've not got Quatters in the side, who's been really good, goal scoring, defensively excellent, clean sheets, we've been keeping plenty of them. But yeah, without him in the side today, and with how open and expansive we are, I don't know how we do against the good sides. We've not played Zebra yet, and so we've not played Inter yet, and I think us three are the big boys in this. And of course, both of those sides finished above me last season, so yeah, scary. They've won 5 in a row. They look dangerous. They've signed Tony Kroos in the centre of their midfield. Is that their Busquets? Have they panicked there? Anyone? As the teams walk out and as the assistants, I'll never know why, continue to mingle between us. Here we go then, game time, of course. Oh, I've been watching in a different view as well. Shout out to Zealand, who uses that view as well, just to see if it helps me. Not really. Dybala, straight to Mike, as it's sort of how you doing, Mike? Are you well? Have you not kept as many clean sheets this season? That's embarrassing. Bijlow is outperforming him so far this year, and you're damn right I'm telling you about it. So I feel like, finally, viewers, I feel justified in my decision-making. I saw him play for Milan the other night against Liverpool, and I wasn't that impressed. So I feel like, based upon that, I made a good decision. It's 1-0. It's a 1-0 Inter. It's 1-0 Inter. Don't talk about goalkeepers. Do not talk about goalkeepers. Retrospectively, viewers, that looks like an error as they lead 1-0. Now Kaya at the back there has been caught out a little bit. Kalulu, it's pretty unlucky, I would say. The slide tackle straight into the path of Brozovic, and we're 1-0 down. Well, after the disappointment of Fiorentina, we now find ourselves behind against Inter, but we do have a throw-in, so lots to be excited about. As Dybala actually flicks on to someone that doesn't move, and Tony Kroos' passing ability, well, he's lost it, let's face it. Theo Hernandez, good to have you back in the side. Look at this run from Theo Hernandez. Not just the speed, but the accuracy of the dribble. Oh my goodness me, Vlahovic for the goal, but the run from Hernandez there was one of the best I've ever seen on Football Manager. The run from left back to beat about 3 players and then slide the ball forward was absolutely fantastic. So this defender comes towards him, bursts past him, and then sort of breaks through 2 midfielders, plays the pass through 2 defenders, and Vlahovic on that left foot of his, never going to miss, viewers. It's 1-1, and what a run that was. Wow. Never knew I could be so excited by a left-back run, but I really was. Now, let's face it, coming out of this game with a point, fine with me. I've got no issue with that. I think that would be a good point, and a point that we will treasure forever. But so far, so good. I mean, it's been a game of, I was going to say, few chances, but I mean, there's been 2 goals, so I shouldn't be too critical. What there are less of is crosses. So bear that in mind as the game continues. I know I've just done that, haven't I? Yes, I have. It's going to be which player on the pitch is going to do a cross. That's what we're about to find out as it goes again towards Hernandez, whose control is excellent, into Tonali. Oh, so it's a goal. Cesc goes in, never misses from there. He's at the post. Why did I say never misses from there? He scores those all the time. He loves a little chip as well. Loves a dink. I'm a big fan of it. As half-time comes then, 1-1. You love to see it. And I say you love to see it. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm getting a little bit overboard. They finished 30 points ahead of me last season. I'm excited. All right, still 1-1 as I've just kicked off the second half, as if they're going to add on goals during the intermission. Tony Kroos corner, that worries me. As the shot hits the bar, I think it's a header, hits the bar and goes behind. Crosses don't work anymore. Sorry, everyone. Chance for us, maybe. On this side, Theo Hernandez has got a throw-in deep into the opposition half. The cross goes in. There's Vlahovic. Now, they're going to look at this. The assistant on the far side has frozen. I don't know why. They're not saying it's offside. It's a great header. I should be celebrating more, but I was concerned by the stillness of the assistant on the far side. Theo Hernandez has played a wonderful ball in, and Vlahovic is there. It's a great header. He's a big lad of Vlahovic. I do love him for that. All right, 2-1. I mean, out of nowhere it feels like, and me talking down crosses, I've taught one into existence, which I'm pretty happy with. What I was going to say was Tonali, as he plays the ball to SMS, have got far more responsibility. Sesko's not missing. It's 3-1. Come on, half an hour to go, and we are flying right now. I've given the responsibility to Tonali and SMS. 2 players that I think are fantastic, and of course we rejected those bids on deadline day for Vlahovic, for Tonali, and I feel like that was probably the right move. Great run from SMS, by the way. This box-to-box midfielder forces the save from Mike. It's a poor save, and there's Sesko on hand to poke home. It's Milan 3, it's Inter 1. It's embarrassing for them. In their own backyard as well, but technically a home game for us. We're loving this. I don't think I've had more fun playing FM this year than I have right now. This is great fun. Theo Hernandez launches one forward, of course. We're on balance, despite us being so attacking. And again, 3 goals scored again. That's been a theme of this season. It was a theme I laid out during my transfer window that I want to score goals this year. We may well concede something against good sides as well, though, as DeMarco goes for a chip, get out of it, off the bar and behind. Very cheeky. but it hasn't worked out for him. I've just noticed that Dybala having a really poor game. Rafinha's going to switch over and Leon Bailey's going to come on as the winger on the left-hand side, and hopefully we can just keep things motoring. I'm in a great mood, viewers. I can't lie to you. I'm in a sensational mood. And the boys are making it even better. I would hate for it to turn around now. It's Leon Bailey. We talked him down a little bit before. Great ball to Sesko. Great touch. Oh my word. Cheeky dink. You love to see that from any player. Doesn't matter if it's on my team or the other team. Great effort from Sesko. I would never talk down chip attempts. Oh my God, it's got in. I was just sort of pondering there, wondering, will Ben Sports News leave that in or not? But Vlahovic with a header, another cross from a corner, gets himself unmarked, and it's 4-1. It's a brilliant delivery from Tonali. There's Vlahovic at the front post. Front post corner still effective. With 20 minutes to go, we lead 4-1. I've been in position before where Inter did this to me. It is great to be on the other side of the coin as we lead. And I should start resting players for the Champions League? I think so. These two midfields make perfect sense to me. Kessie and Darun are going to come on for the boys in the middle, as this has been one hell of a performance. Really, really strong, and maybe it's not done yet. Could it be 5-1 at the San Siro? Vlahovic into Theo Hernandez. Can he get himself an assist perhaps, or maybe just set something up for someone else to put home as Theo puts it in? Sesko's there. It's another header. I'm telling you, viewers, crosses are dead. What did I tell you? Crosses are dead. Is today's episode called Crosses Are Dead? Could be. Brilliant from Hernandez though, by the way, and he doesn't have to be in a wing-back role to do it. Really gets well forward, and the ball played in. Sesko again. Both him and Vlahovic are big boys up front. Sesko 6'5". You forget that because of how quick he is, but such a presence up front. And it's 5-1 against. Look at the league table right now. 6 points clear. Yes, Zebra have a game in hand on us, but look at our goal difference. Look at that result. The front two with 5 goals after a Brozovic goal that came from a mistake after a tackle from Kalulu. I'm on cloud 9. What can I tell you? That, my friends, is bloody wonderful. I'm very happy because sometimes I do well in the gaps between the videos, and then you come to a video and you go, right, I'll tell you what, viewers, strap it. 2-1 defeat. What the fuck's going on there? So when that happens, and it's been coming as well, I'm very happy with it. What's happened to Theo Hernandez? Tight hamstring. Oh no, as Sesko gets some money, also gives some money to Salzburg, and he doesn't, we do, because of the transfer. 10 goals in the league so far already, as Tomori's got some fitness concerns. We play Bayern Munich in 3 days. It's a big game in the Champions League. Let's get to it, and let's get these boys rested. Oh, SMS is out as well. It's carnage back there, viewers. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Wouldn't be a DoctorBenjy say without Carol, would it? All right then, team, let's turn our attention to the Champions League as we play Bayern Munich. Now, our Champions League form, as you sort of saw at the start of the episode, not that good, it must be said. And I've just noticed that Ronaldo, in Season 3, remember, has scored 8 goals in the group for Manchester United in what, 4 games? Flipping heck. Okay, he's not exactly slowing down, is he? Goodness me. Still a threat. Now, unfortunately, everyone's beaten everyone. So I've lost to Olympiacos and Bayern Munich. Atletico have lost to Olympiacos and Bayern Munich. And Atletico Madrid have lost to me, I think it was. And probably Olympiacos. Or no, probably Bayern Munich. Either way, so everyone's beating everyone and Bayern are running away with it. So if we can get anything against Bayern, it gives us a really good position to be in, as we've got our last 2 group games as well, which are going to be a right old battle, I suspect. Now, as we go over to the team then, as much as we've rested, boys, we have a few issues, it looks like, at the back. Now, the good news is Quates can come straight back in for Kea, and this might be a bit of a risk because, again, he's not fully fit to play, but Gabia is the slightly quicker of the defenders left on our bench. And again, that was one area we maybe looked at as fixing, but we've not really had the opportunity to do that with the budgets and things like that. If you're going to bring a centre-back in that's going to be of real quality, it tends to cost you sort of 15, 20 million. And I instead decided to spend that on Damsgaard, which I don't think is a bad move, really. He's yet to show what he's capable of, but I do think he's good as an option, a very versatile option as well. Whereas at centre-back, you usually just buy a centre-back. Right, moving slightly further forward then, Kessie comes in for SMS in the centre. Theo Hernandez is going to have to step out, you think, here for Pellegrini. We might see Hernandez come on at some point in the game. Do you get 12 subs in the Champions League? I don't think you do, so we might want to have a little mix around here just to make sure that we've got the options off the bench if required. The rest of the team, I'm thinking I might go relatively full strength, but I think Dybala off. And having Rafinha and Bailey against Bayern to try and counter against them, try and find the odd opportunity, might be the way forward. We've got 4 home games in a row at the moment. This is the second of those, and it'd be great to hold the momentum if we can. So into it we go. The Group B game of the Champions League between AC Milan and FC Bayern München. Julian Nagelsmann, their manager. Just fun to say, isn't it? It's really fun to say. They've got Hernandez as well, and the Bayern side, in terms of quality, is so good. Like, it's very intimidating when you come up against it. So let's see how we do. Of course, we're playing our 4-2-4 system, or 4-4-2 system, however you look at it. Barbosa up front, Gnabry one side, Sane the other. Thomas Muller in a central midfield role, which is very interesting. We'll see how we fare against it then, as I'm hoping my goal here really is to score 2 or 3 goals. I don't want to lose it. I think getting a point against them would be great. So let's see if we can achieve that goal right now. I now notice that Ronaldo scored 4 goals in a game against Napoli, and that's contributed. As Kimmich early with a corner, and this is part of the problem. It's a great header by, we'll call him Felix. There are some sides around Europe that, as much as we are sort of the big dogs in Italy right now, there are some sides around Europe that are infinitely better than us. There's probably 3 or 4 in the Premier League. There's a couple in Spain, as I'm sure you know. There's one in France. There's one in Germany. And the one in Germany right now is a problem. We're going to go slightly more cautious. As much as I want to score goals, I don't want to get blown out here early in the game. We'll try and encourage a little bit. We'll try and find our footing, a touch, and balls up towards Barbosa like that. You'd think we'd be able to handle quite well, but the header down wasn't the best. And Sane now is always going to cut back onto his left foot. We have to be aware of that, of course, as Kimmich sort of sees it down towards Goretzka, across to Muller, whose mental attributes are so good in Football Manager. Physically, of course, not quite what they were. Probably similar to Toni Kroos, if anything, as they're in here. Goretzka, it's a great run. It's SMS-esque, but the way in which they've pulled us apart there, that was very impressive. Might be early to do this, but I'm going to move Kessie and Tonali as well a little bit further back. Same with Bailey and Rafinha as well. Try and make him an inverted winger on that side. Maybe put them on attack duty so they continue to help the front two. But I think we need to create a bit more of a blockade in and around our defensive third, because that so far wasn't great. We do, though, have a corner. No, we don't. Okay, well, nearly, viewers. Bushlo's going to take the goal kick. I suspect he'll go short. He does. To Gabbia. It's a big day for him. Ordinarily, I'd rather play Tomori, who I do think is a sensational defender. They're bursting through the middle once again. Bayern are running rampant here. We are in danger of being embarrassed. As fun as it was against Inter, it's now not that fun. But if Lecco and Olympiacos draw, that would be a big help. I don't suspect that's going to happen, but that would be a big help. As we've got another corner. Tonali, it'd be a great time to score. Vlahovic is there. He's hit the post, of course. He was wanted by them. Sesko's shot doesn't go in either, and they just about get it away. We've got options on that far left-hand side, but it's going to go in at half-time. You think 2-0? Maybe not. Pellegrini. Again, 2 big changes, actually, for that left side of our defence. Clearly having an impact, and no SMS as well. Kessie's fit to play, though. I can't really complain about that. Vlahovic, great touch, great turn. Big chance. He tries to flick it. It comes off the defender. Neuer's there to claim and deal with it, but it's not really good enough. Tonali, another chance. Vlahovic is there again. I just saw the stats. They flashed up. If you'd have said to me at the start of the game, the stats at half-time will be you'll have had 13 shots, they will have had 8, and you'll have a higher XG, I'd have taken it. But we're 2-0 down. It's an absolute heartbreaker, viewers. Okay, we're not going to change anything going into the second half. I'm debating bringing in the Kraft. I'm in a difficult situation here. I kind of want to bring Dybala on in this role, but I think you've got the speed of Sesko and the presence of Vlahovic. I guess you've got that with Sesko anyway. Let's bring Dybala on. Let's try and create a bit more of a link, and let's see if we can make something happen. We're going to make an advanced playmaker on attack. Tonali's going to be more of a, I guess, ball winner or an anchor at this point. Maybe just a support defensive midfielder. Maybe him and Kessie both doing that similar role, getting it to the likes of Rafinha and Bailey. We definitely need something. It's not happening right now, though. As well, Pellegrini's on a 6.2, and Hernandez is probably fit enough to play a half. So we're going to get him on as well with half an hour to go. And then we're going to encourage. And we're going to hope that just that little tweak might give us something. We'll take a set piece, though, every day of the week as it's cleared away to Kalulu. A little bit of time and a lot of space on this side. And we know how good Theo can be given that space as he goes on the outside of the defender. Can he get a ball in? Options in there. Sesko's the man to look for. He's there. It's another big chance. We knew this group was going to be tough. And Atletico Madrid are winning their game against Olympiacos, which now means we will have to beat them if it comes to it. There's 15 minutes left to go here, and I'm not sure there's an obvious change, to be honest. I guess at the point in which you're losing, you may well push everyone slightly further forward. And maybe having a bit more of a solid core with Dybala in there might have been smarter against a side like this, but I don't know, that's the home side. I stick with what we're doing well. I don't know, I got some criticism for changing it against United last season and not sticking with it, and having been 2-0 down, I figured we'd have a little bit of damage control, and that goal difference by the end of the group stage might matter. I know there's some head-to-head stuff as well, but the goal difference might affect something, as Bayern are going to keep this in the final stages and bring my Friday to a disappointing end. Or are we going to score 2 goals in 2.5 minutes and it's going to be the greatest video of all time? Well, I'm going to hope for that one. I think that's the one I'm going to root for. Tonali keeps it back to Gabia. Come on, we've got this. This is very patient from us. This is very patient. This is, I mean, it's a bit too patient, but I prefer us to keep the ball, I guess. If we were doing this while 2-0 up, I'd be loving it. But at 2-0 down, not so much. It's well worked, though. Sesko, right, forget everything I said about it. What a brilliant goal. 2 minutes to go. We've been on cautious. I guess that's why we're being so passive. As I said, you've noticed that, and you've just left a comment, haven't you? So some people have noticed we're playing a cautious style. I'm annoyed about the cautious style, but I put the cautious style on, and now Sesko scored. And I just wonder if when I put those players further forward, should I have gone more attacking? Of course, when I switch to attacking, no more highlights. So, we've lost. We've had a better XG, though. Performance-wise, it's been pretty even, but it doesn't really matter. Our Champions League campaign is looking like it might end up as a Europa League campaign. I would expect... They drew. Oh, my God. Okay, Olympiacos and Atletico have cocked it up. I would expect Bayern to beat both of them. Olympiacos score an 86th minute goal to level things, and that might make our lives that little bit easier. But would I prefer to go into the Europa League with this team? Maybe. Basically, viewers, I'm asking you for your permission. Can we throw this to try and go for third? Or do we go for it and probably end up third anyway? That's going to conclude today then, as it's been a good episode. I think we've given a good account of ourselves against Bayern and a superb win against Inter, but it does give you an idea of just how good some of the sides are around Europe. And while we're one of them, we're not one of them, if that makes sense. Right, let's conclude. If you enjoyed today, again, do leave a like on the video. If you want to see some more, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again soon for some more. With love, with care. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Over the weekend, there'll be some network game videos and stuff like that, so enjoy those.